It's a for but daily update TV na message and now but channel is on what hits and mana mama no subscribe semi drop in the latest news content abeje brand when you be 80 na ya bora and semnima 80 for na and sema eto dwano se NAPO se reporter se ban se se wasa endorse NDC party no na isi nkrofo dwene ho montia se NAPO asesi baby obegina bia na we endorse NDC party no na say enkrofo bibiri Shöck kwakra se ade tricks na se ade na ekoso ama se NAPO asesi no because recently bia na Central region so endorse Mahama ena ibiemo so no asa kofa we nyina sa bane de na timsa no de na yemumram yentin sabni bia ebobaba.
And I'm not sure say Ghana ni beda sorry ya pese yete sansem no bi but nema e koda di nyina kire say security of the average and ordinary Ghanaian going into this election. Yes, so state anyanye na dwen so obebo nipa ho ban because they are willing to sacrifice millions of Ghanaians for power. Akufo-Addo da na di 2020 abra ye court achiman koba amamfo tuo oka kire o say
few days
your friends say few regrettable deaths. Election na ye peaceful. This is the first time I go into election 8 people on the spot. They've been seen in the history of this country. President and tenants say investigation into their debts. No, he couldn't. This gentleman go back to Techima and not catch almost say Techima for me work for pa na mama region man to Obama me. He couldn't even have the courage say or call family no any o ma kasa. That is a person so insensitive, so clueless. Very person na yeka. And I know we say IGP press conference. Assuring stakeholders say, there will be peace. Me say we a political party. Now we take it as a IGP kana na wankasa we a joker na we nye serious. Because on the election day, the IGP will be benched. Say reserve player and his bosses will be in charge of security in this country. And this IGP can't say Nasa will take it serious as a political party. You are a joke because
regional the Omoya deployment, in charge of deployment, yes.
Now say Obiye Ayawaso West Wagon, we see from Lieutenant Colonel Okakodru Brigadier General. Crime now committee, he has been promoted.
I'm talking even talking about the police.
So asama IGP can we taking it serious one kasa we say we because on the election day on one kasa will be bench. Is the reason why Obi am function team say elections na ye kono Obi nsisi Obi. And Ghana for the Benya Kwenya decided because and now we can about what happened in Metro TV. Say broad day. This era where we live in a very civilized dispensation. Team democracy. We fly juma. Na police anybody armed men na yakobaura TV station when they know say program air koso. Na sabi omo multi station even real crowd or moton was studio and obi akoku nipa. Couldn't you wait? Sabi your mumba pom program no. But they rather went there with police officers.
Jimmy, woman said that they have a reason for doing that. Jimmy
Mugabe Mugabe. So for them to do that, police in chira ono anim mra serving court order kwana wo serve will be executive court order then as far there are processes and procedures you go through. You don't invade the studio to extend that attack security men and as far bloody. The way a man see here, Sankaya private individuals na kwaya deal with ya. Ube say, ebia na omu ni mo left from their right. But police officers here train you more. This come back to say, police for now who mo shentade or more corner. Yes, and yansafo wom. Dodo na onim dia or more experience or more year juma. But at the same time, there are idiots. More aka ho. And the one we are average Ghanaian now. How do you differentiate a fool from police in onim yansa? A chance that elections like yakono nobody is safe. And I said the abaka hon aye kidnapping. Mugabe. Na no maami ya say oti Emirates ye first airport or ye adwuma. Obebesi a oye na adwuma. Yakọ kidnapping no. National security ne police for nyina de nema ba bonte say omu nim ho hwe. For national security to issue a statement say omu nim maame no che na ye che no ho hwe. The question is say why na ekoche maame no? Because at the end of the day no evidence abada this she was adapted. by men in the police uniform then as a form my yet ne call baby tata no ye de obeye asipen because boy ya won friend bongo ideas on social media or church on the name the same thing that happened to no ya fa no de call ye did ye beye nyina ye ne besin ne ye nya hu nipa o che no e de kidnapping ne sa abduction abeye order of the day the national security and other state institutions no etimi use to creating a general sense of insecurity going into these elections enti abai enyan there na this election where ye they are ready for peaceful elections. They are ready to do everything, even about sacrificing the life of Ghanaians. Sabaya President Akufo-Addo betimi installing the puppet Bawumia on this country, so that crimes no more committed over the years, you know. Obia enya daji investigate here. It tells you how willing they are to go. So I am no, unless you're taking your security into our own hands. Going to elections, you know. Obia metie story say, make election ya ko wiame, and I akwa bomini I say. After elections, that particular story it will not sell. So everything that it takes, protected the legitimate will of the people of this country going into these elections, you know. I say this Akroma Ghana for no mu decide when the Akroma be mano.
Very well.
Say wine, but say obibe use the state machinery, the security of the state, and the electoral commission. Say try to manipulate the will of the people of this country. Me say it will not fly in the face of anybody because Ghanaians have gone through a lot. Magabi. To when you hear Ghana, the Ghana for Nemo, and now we are journalists now to radio, so oh yeah, programmer, you are not safe. Metro TV no mukoenum. The target then was your friend say Randiabe because Okana gain Chirabang and they are furious about that particular thing. And there are several pieces of it in the media. Yahu Muko Kumasi, we all heard the name I see and as for, but in a democratic dispensation, no Obia Chirana Obia Nim the Oka, and this will be Chirana. Why the attack? But actually are binding him. Aduma boni omudo minor ye baby o minor kwakoduru ene until they just don't want to anybody say obeka asem beti omo. But the reality is economic circumstances of this country e call for change because a Ghana for beda sorry na say Bawumia na omakoto abama na ye betina sa akobia wesu a na ne yes TV station abra program ekoso. And in the other way see you know we statement ya issue from anywhere condemning this na asia be condemn because abrantia na ya adapted on aye bongo ideas so why ya kidnapping no be sin na why na ti issue statement I say why investigation we na ye maame we dey ba ye it the same thing national security just issuing statement say omonya part of it and why na kokoche no because you have a duty. So obia kidnap you be in the broad day to investigate now what be inform me but so when yes admin you're denying police is denying then it means that we are all not safe because we have a national security. You are in charge of internal security, investigation, intelligence, and what they are dealing with. So if you cannot provide such sensitive information to Ghana, then emphasis will be a news. So that is what I'm saying, sir. All these state institutions, security sensitive ones, you know, they've all become stooges. And play so we a political party now we need to accept Madam Pareka say I don't know be in charge of security. He's lying because his bosses will bench him on the election day. Election day, you know, the interior minister only in charge of security internally. So Otenasi no who say the security situations in Omayuna, he can vary his status or bet me afraid the military anytime. So don't be fooled and say the police for there, but already they have prepared themselves because Sana Moya year 2020 or Moyama political parties be abandoned the vigilante groups are Yakoduru Yano, nay soldier for the police for no more 2 na second show Munsama or Mukunipa on the grounds on the day no now we are home here have demonstrated clearly and to going into these elections no we are Ghana ni na okoha ma wani na ho ma wadwemu na ho na unsa abato na yeto ne yeto abo ho ban yeto aman no amaku sure say we hold them accountable.
Mother say Avan Innocent live on TVS was it no so on power 97.9 ma me ko honorable so go on it on so the side DC or Metro TV.
Well answer na me ko Metro TV krano amuga me bay na me tie someone na wo keka na niama ekokoso Ghana ni NPP 4 year electoral commission 4 year na me tie uga wona made ba ko a wo mo tipe no mo yema si wo mo ora unim what say unim ora operation recover or loot so mo nyate ora pe no obia eyama start itu
accountable
because omunyina me ekun enyimi all of them are into it. Omo bokro no omo diewu woman ye ketasi share to the point to say obia nim say NDC government and the JM say JM kura twetwe ne ho Ghana for be force JM emana ye investigation na baby amra no awose wode to nti omunya ti ora na obia yem ahye no say ko asemwaba. That's number 1. Number 2, womanim say baby adu no Ghana for yanji trumu ntum. Masa, that's another thing. NPP for muntie ni ye Ghana for muntie. Womunji trumu ntum. Once the first no na womu kan kakra amra Donald Trump wenya wini say wom. Mini NPP for ye ko other radio stations. So mu be hu yen ya sitting president and the vice Bawumia wo be wini te say ne say American my friend say Kamala Harris obe wini ono so the sitting president na ye pepepe nti niamu pese mu hu no mu be hu masa ana Donald Trump ye Kamala den wo de ne fi ho pan Donald Trump two things pe na ya kuntie pa adim ana ma Donald Trump yes number 1 economy no the way economy ni sitie American for sorry inflation enum po ayi ni tika krabio enye Ghana die yi a sebe mpraduasa wo sori anopa wo be kona price na change anwumro be kona price na change change no na ebi di mo mafunu ya kete nya no o America die ni kitin. Number 2, Trump wa kanti say onu de sa LGBTQ ni ade no ono osoro nyame oso oto bible me di Quran ka ho ama na ko odi akoma every family of America because nyame bo two sexes pe obo female no obo male enami ba ikura no na hu se transgender oso wo san executive ayibi ama transgender gender kura ne yatwam se bema ni bema oba odua ani dende enu na NPP for edimu akoteni na akofo adu ani Bawumia because of sika wo munya ya sponsor wo no na wo mani abere ana anye yie no masa akofa obi a ono kura de no opese nka nkwada nketo na start homosexuality education NAPO ne say ya Kesi no say edenyo nyame na odima yenyo baby obeko bia no wose entuma JDM baby NAPO ko bia no wose entuma JDM because wo who light no nti wontimi ndi introbium eho ansoso egusum tenne moga ye kan ye kan ko sise ni asinu ni anu omudi nam omani abere eye free SHS Evans free SHS upa kokofa kotie Angel FM on the 12th of August 2020 was see Akufo-Addo government clears 30.1 million free SHS debt left under JDM. Into Honso, we are enye yie.
To mama dey intimi free mo.
Dabi. From Akufo-Addo through to Bawumia, there be a dey need free one. Because nyame na ahihye. Masa obi ye ni program.
Me say ujina kwa no campaign majo mama.
Oh, na say
e serious.
Sabia anura me no obi sia.
Enye obi hotel, enye obi onum tramo. Enye obi onum wi toffee. Water free wi toffee. Enye obi a onum under. Enya Aziz one shit wanye hwe wanye drug addict na nani da ho pa timiti we wona busuru go be kwa kogina madina akoka se eishi
aye den na me kokasa
we are sure say Mugabe amete kwa minya kwanya se ba ye wurani mate e de ama NDC me kwa kogina be bia ka se me Mugabe ishi
that be any say
so bibi techema
na e wona kumam onimpe fe eye NDC eneba enti no o ka ne preko
aye serious
na ba amewa
o running mate o ye campaign mama
Muga for the first time in the history of this country Ghana fails to settle their debt yentimi
see in debt
e binsida when mu nyina achi no hwe ba bia dollar ne nam enne ko bank first policy om de baye om se wontimi wo dollar wontimi fa go to bank wo dollar nso bank wontimi konko yi na ukoyi a na mbisa sa den wo mo si ukoyi a aban Bawumia were the head of economic management team so ukoyi a they call black market entino ya ma unyi enenso ukura bi na odi kwa kotum nso a yesi boy Mugabe for the first time in the history of Ghana sankofo we almost say kuro no wo mo tete up and sign and there is nothing that they can do again.
Very well.
Say ni omo na mo ya ni say and na say hu
to hu say change ba
na say change na inshallah ba wi
change na na dey hu
change no anya Ghana na hia change o change ni hia Ghana na the office Canada Japan some okeka no wo so mo bokro no awie Ghana sikati say Ghana ye free ne e free china Ghana ni obium masa anya me na me kan yo tie nie ohini to e kan ye wose baby a NPP Bawumia di Ghana koduri na se Ghana fotimi to aba ama Bawumia NPP dia ene ono onim description of Bama Ghana for eno kwenso masa look at where ye kan nyina eto omo da so lutu kronu no omo bo bre champon sabi bre champon so ko soja oko huru chance we ayi kitchen porter enne bre champon ba e ba be ma warning say ya we ne kro mfa maye who born you by mistake na say no nim me feel say democracy the enemy of democracy in Ghana is Bosman Asare abeda hope fe one time semwa krono no mo tra so mbebo obi timi ka se mi tua 600 million titi sikano adiama electoral commissioner district electoral officers so amunje no mo ma Bawumia we no mo ma onu so we ni na nyame nchade ade anka nipa miensa ko ye den na beda die na ye bonu be bia enya no nko a moga makoye meetings our Lister hotel look meetings be bi on be ye bia a podium be bobiano ne pona be da bontin because what is written
is written.
It's written.
But I say honorable Sogo, amozo about cleric the amozo garlic bitters na boy baby nenum said be betimi aboa reading so high blood pressure minimize high sugar level no aboa support or pancreas na obi a wonya stroke no ye bi na no ma ebe boy ye papa samboa ma cholesterol no e fi ni pedue no herbal shop pharmacy shop the whole Ghana obenya bi ato ba bia 0247776743 0247776743 ofra amuzu obeje so power specialist about hospital semen can show hepatitis A B C D related to fatty liver sciatica process problem no mpeni maybe na atechema ulcer compo ana apropro ni kan wonyina ne fibroid fani nyina no ekodan ye power specialist about hospital mo bitumi abo ye papa hwe o machira kwan e wo fi ya sele bosomi kwantemo no so no asante mantem kumase braji sai wo de woni kire nkran hanso akwabenya ACP kwantemo no so be hu mo e wo takrade o mo ben eye takrade MA primary school no that just say wo de woni kire eye anaje estate wa wo do no say o mo ni anaje estate no asimpu ni mpu udu ha obeji wa yaresa fe eye mpanifo na wono mo entwetwe nkomo 0244544422 0244544422 Safari Valley the co resort in Sokamo made the most stable Hills International School and S natural mineral water.
I think Adeba Kwens under play to see Speaker of Parliament the decision to decline say babia time na drew no there is no need to say Obama Parliament back.
Your mama
yes, and I think say it's in order. You see, so
Supreme Court.
Oh, no. Supreme Court and to me.
Not here, I won't be sorry go Supreme Court. And you're in a court. Master Supreme Court and Nippon Gumino or Chinetin never hold. But the court will still be the court.
Mugabe, so the recent posture of Speaker of Parliament, Babin, in recent times, Senka Ohunin Tem, Enanka or Yen who say, I'm not sure Senka Parliament a bedroom be a drew a name. Yes, or it's never late than the yes. So I think the Asasiano or ye say Ebianca, Nema are different. But you see, so we know bit if you know yan who say Omu or the when you bet you former. Now we nya a quanya also a maraquan so level. As I was watching no the smooth level said we can because and Supreme Court a Chief Justice said to me and he said it at the panel said to me to order everybody in this country. So now we are looking up to her to go back to Parliament and order the Speaker say unconvened Parliament. Because to me, so we are watching. and the chair said demo adenisha say na ye ka ho asem na ka say democracy no this legal framework I dey weaponize democracy no enyenyansade but there are ways I betimi afa kwan so as a nipa dasani say asemba ye betimi atena se ajojo just for a closure because I will kwan I pack fast where by from the beginning. It was the same concept say political party e chinye say the court and ya the electoral process no ye be we NTN establish IPAC as a platform of convenience where political stakeholders will dialogue yen share ideas and that particular consensus building platform na aboye amaya yenya a lot of reforms. And things like this what parliament, I was expecting say the minority, the majority, and other critical stakeholders in this country, will wade in. Now you who quiet the first wasabi. You let me settle this matter because Supreme Court wading in, set a very terrible precedent. Akroma say because quiet circumstances in the near ma or go into this particular matter, no. I leave a lot of trail among man for business. LGBT case and allergy to our come I have one sensitive issue I Ghana for. Across the religious divide, Obia very much concerned. Now Supreme Court catch say that particular issue no any pressing national interest in ye peer to baby. Now more friend marking there no the call no to the extent to say the Supreme Court granted an S party where speaker no kwan yentie no and I granted ade no ye no. Abra omodi main ruling no ba wonte no. The substantive case in course no. Speaker am valid defense but the it's quite interesting. So what kind of ruling na Supreme Court confer defense now file for injunction no mom no and the be defense in the substantive case. Martinami do raise that particular issue because main issue ni nyina ye nim say papa na am file defense but Supreme Court rule and am say rule ne ba bontin e kasa speaker ma e take away integrity from the ruling no. They went back and took the defense from a different suit and challenge that your first earlier ruling no and e be shame and e ma ruling. Clearly, I saw how desperate they were at that particular point to do the bidding of their masters. And public trust in the institution is gone. And the EC as a body or conducting elections, the integrity is on the line. It will be a Ghana near now. Certain institutions now over the years, as a foundation of our democracy, they are all shaky because a pander to government manipulations and machinations. Ghana cannot rely even on state institutions. Going into this election, you cannot trust the military, you cannot trust the police, you cannot trust national security, you cannot trust your friends, the electoral commission. So, anyone alone. A huge insecurity are created for us because when citizens lose trust in these sensitive institutions, then a child say Obia be radical and people can do anything. And we are president.
Those who 750 Ghana for 5 days exercise.
No, Sika.
750 Ghana.
As then Sika.
What is 750?
Mogabi.
750,000 and 750 pay. And no 100 cities.
Mogabi
7.5.
Mogabi, you see, let's get serious. You see, substantive issue our grounds na ye kan wasem no. Enye sika semo. Issue of trust yem fa sika nto. Issue of confidence in state institutions enye currency way o price enye ye. You need to engender that trust and confidence. Abia Ghana ni benya hotoso say police ni no sha atade gina ho no or ye aduma to protect the interest of Ghanaians, not a political party. Abino has demonstrated niamo mo ye nyina is to kill this trust and we are going to election na no amanfo a yeshisho mo police intade dey atuo mo and we saw the mayhem they unleash on innocent Ghanaians in a broad day ye shutu ni party sa akoko. Besi na investigation cry anyabi enti obiti ba bi no so a stakeholder or a peace council or a council of state na or can't stakeholders say oh peace na election na ye kono ye nyina ye hia peace. Yes, it's true, ye nyina ye hia peace, ma catch as a peace any event. It's a process. And that particular process, there are a lot that you need to do. Sabaya man for trust and confidence in the process. But the akosu nyina say Abino is willing to sacrifice Obia to get it way. Sad some no koto Ghana for team I never created that sense of insecurity. And Omina your team no.
It must say some of the Daily Update TV so.